Have you on the program.
Good morning.
Let's start with the JSE. I mean, we're almost this whole year we were going sort of. It's gone.
Yeah, definitely. What's happened this week is we've come off quite considerably, and we've tested what's called the 200-day moving average on the JSE. And after that, we tested the lows that we established in April of this year, effectively erasing all the gains that were made on the exchange. We had a small bounce, or rather two bounces on Thursday and Wednesday, which have given a lot of investors some hope. But a lot of the losses have mainly come from the mining sector, mainly the gold miners and the platinum miners, who've obviously come off on the back of weaker commodity prices. We continue to see gold trading below 1,300, and the same story applies to platinum as well. So with the factors we alluded to prior.
Okay, so a few shares are spoiling the party, essentially. Yeah. Okay, JS, the Rand. I mean, we went to bed and it was below 10, so we're hopeful, but should we be?
Yeah, I think with global markets pushing up in the last 2 days, and also in the last 2 days, what we've also seen is we've seen some more interest in South African bonds. And what really affected the Rand in the last couple of weeks is we started seeing more pressure on South African bonds, and more non-residents, as they're commonly called, selling South African bonds, and hence putting a lot of pressure on yield and ultimately on the Rand. Right. So I think if we get an easing of that pressure on the bond market, we'll definitely see the Rand recovering somewhat. However, this afternoon we've got some trade balance numbers which
don't even
could ultimately
change the game.
Yeah.
Construction industry got hit for $1.5 billion out the park. But in real terms, it's not a lot of money. Did it affect the market, and what would you be buying into the construction industry?
What we've seen in the last year, actually, is that a lot of construction stocks haven't been looking that attractive. Yeah. But I think, obviously, the Competition Commission had to do something about this. A lot of people in the media and in the markets feel that this wasn't a big enough fine. Yeah. But however, I think this is the right stance in which the authorities have taken. But I think ultimately at these levels, there's still a lot of uncertainty around construction. We still need to see a lot more spend from government, and ultimately government are the biggest spenders within that department. We also still need to see a lot more spend coming out of the private sector, and which we're not seeing. So up until we start seeing those numbers turning around, I don't expect to see any major moves in the likes of Marion Roberts, Wilson Bailey Holmes, or Avenge, just naming a few.
Okay, all right. So Barack Obama arrives today. There's a lot of talk around he's got a business entourage. You as a market watcher, is this going to shift things, do you think? Or was it just sort of nice to have him around, but it's not really going to change your life?
I think it's basically a reaffirmation of policy that the US have had over the last 4 years. I think there's some key members of his cabinet who are missing, and if those members of his cabinet were present, I'd say maybe there could be new deals that are going to be struck. However, I feel basically his visit is basically to strengthen current ties that are there, and I don't think we're going to see any new deals being struck between America and South Africa.
AGOA is always on the horizon, isn't it? What do you think is going to happen there? And that would affect us.
Yeah, no, definitely. But I think what we definitely need to see is the stance that they take, and then take it up from there.
All right, okay, we're going to leave it there for the time being. Always a pleasure talking to you. It's been an interesting week. Let's see what happens on the JSE and the data that's coming out. Paul Chakaduka, thanks so much.
Pleasure.